Hey guys, Level Cap here with some more Battlefield 3 beta footage for you. Today's video is going to be slightly longer than usual, and that's because I wanted to show you a round from start to finish. Now that being said, we did finish this round in 10 minutes and 30 seconds, which is probably a record for me. We pretty much trounced them, but I thought this would be a good video for you guys because if you haven't played the beta, or if you're curious about Battlefield in general and want to get kind of a feel for how a match plays out rather than just see clips of me killing people, I thought this would be a good video for that. Now, as you can see, I am running recon here. I generally like to run recon in the very start so that I can put down a mobile spawn beacon somewhere near some of the MCOM stations. That way, if I do get killed, I can spawn nearby and keep the assault on and not give the guys enough time to sort of hunker in and set up really good camp points for me. Now, after I arm A, I have in the past liked to go into that little bridge next to A, but I think guys are catching on to that. So in this round I tried to hide in the bushes here, and it seems to be working out pretty well because all the guys are just running by, not even looking for me. Try and find a spot that the enemy wouldn't expect you to be, like perhaps closer to their spawn with your back turned to them. So it gives you a good spot to overlook A, and even a spot to overlook guys going for B. So it's not a bad spot at all, and we took those two MCOMs real fast. Now I'm wielding an MK11 and a G18 Glock as a sidearm here. I really like this combination because the MK11 is kind of unrivaled in this map for long-range performance. It's semi-auto. It can take guys down in 2 shots, 1 shot when they're damaged or if you just get a good hit on them. And the G18 auto Glock is just great for close quarters combat. So I really like switching them up and making use of both weapons here. Now I gotta say, I'm almost disappointed that the beginning sniper rifles in this game are so good, because I generally don't prefer to run as sniper. Like I've said before, I like to run and gun, and I just find I can run and gun with this kit, and I almost wish I couldn't, because now I'm a recon class, and that's something that I never really wanted to be. It just ended up working out that way. Probably should have zoomed in there. Wasn't checking my corners as good as I should have been, but you know, it happens. Now, especially in these long hallways here, I find it really useful having a semi-auto sniper rifle, just because I can take guys out in the distance so much better than they can take me out. So, I mean, I think up here you'll see an example of that. I get a guy before he even sees me. Oh, and in case you're wondering, the MK11 is set up with a foregrip, the second hollow sight that you unlock, and I think a flash suppressor. Now my teammates have armed A here, and I'm checking the left hallway here because there's only 2 ways to get into A, and the left hallway is one of them, so I might as well cover one. And I'm moving up a bit because I noticed that we're killing off quite a few of their guys, so they're going to respawn, and their spawns are usually back here unless they're spawning on teammates. So we'll see if I can get a few of them. And here you'll see one of Dice's beautiful spawning animations there. Get the guy coming down the escalator, shoot this guy through the window. Kind of a hard shot to pull off because the first shot ruins your visibility, so you kind of just have to hope that he hasn't moved and keep shooting, and in my case I lucked out there. Now my teammates are going for B. I'm watching the mini map, so I know my back is covered, and if the guys spawn back at their spawn, they're going to be coming up these escalators or going straight for B. So as you can see here, I am able to take these guys out, and this is actually a pretty good spot to camp, either here or in one of the escalator shafts. But I actually like being on top because if you get down in the escalator shaft, you get a little bit further visibility down the hall, but you can only see a little bit to left and right. And if you lay down on top, you can see all the way around. Now, if you listen to the chatter in the game here, my teammates are actually rushing A and they were counting down because they weren't sure if the timer was going to end up killing them. And this is actually a tactic from Bad Company 2. And what you do is after killing both MCOM stations, you immediately start counting. And I can't remember what the number in Bad Company 2 was, but once you counted to something like 10 or 18, something like that, then you could start running into the enemy spawn. And even though the out of bounds counter would count down very low, if you timed it right, it would remove itself about a second before it went up and killed you. And you could get very close into the enemy spawn and arm MCOMs before the enemy team was expecting to even see you. So it's a pretty good rush tactic. And I don't know the times yet, but I do know that on the first MCOM station on this map, after you destroy them, when you hear the radio comm chatter after they blow the hole in the ground for you to go into the subway, then you can run. Now, perhaps I should have switched up my kit here, but I was doing pretty darn good as recon, and this is kind of my go-to kit when I feel like doing really well. And so I just keep going recon. Perhaps engineer would have been a better choice here to get some good long-range rocket kills, but I'm just having a good time with recon, so I'm going to keep pushing recon. You'll notice I'm taking my time here to push up. Checking your surroundings in this game is probably twice as important as any other game I've played. There's so many places to go prone and camp and hide and ambush from that you really just got to check your surroundings. Always check your corners. Always be mindful of the minimap, where your teammates are, what part of your back is covered. Maybe there's an entrance that you're not expecting the enemy to come in, but if you don't have teammates there might be a reason for that. Maybe the enemy killed them. So check your minimap, be aware of your surroundings. That's probably the most important thing in this game. You know, I would say that's more important than your ability to aim and pull off kills very fast, is being mindful of where the enemy are, because most of this game is anticipating where the bad guys are going to come from. Not getting shot in the back, turning around and being able to kill the guy already shooting at you. You don't want to get shot in the back. You want to be able to anticipate that guy coming around to sneak up on you and shooting him before he even gets a shot off on you. And I know that sounds kind of like no-duh advice, and it kind of is, but it also isn't, because I find myself not following that advice all the time. And while I was playing with a teammate the other day who was way better than I am, like, he always gets a better score than me. We can be having the worst game ever and he'll still have like a 2.5 or a 3 KDR in game, and it's just disgusting. And I was asking him, you know, like, tell me your secrets. It basically, for him, he said it comes down to flanking. Of course, aim's a huge part of it, but if you know there's guys down a corridor and they're waiting for you, don't peek around that corner and take shots at them. Find a better way. Go the path of least resistance, and that will vastly improve your performance in this game. Now, a lot of people like to hang out in this room with the MCOM, and it's not bad when you have guys outside of that room also, but in a game that's a little less populated, I don't like to hang out there, because one RPG through that window is a kill. Like, you're dead. There's not much you can do about that. So I like to get out of that window, because I know that's exactly where guys are going to be looking for, and find some other place to try and cover it. Now, I almost feel bad for the defenders at this part, because defending B is so hard. Like, especially when you're killing them and they're spawning at their spawn points if they don't have any good mobile spawn points out here in the buildings. The attackers just have such a better place to cover B from and kill the defenders. I mean, they've got a few concrete barriers and some crappy bushes to hide in, and that's about it. I mean, unless they're on this side of the street, they're just cannon fodder, and our entire team is just looking for them. And so it's really easy to get into B and be well covered by your teammates, because everybody loves hanging out in those high up windows and sniping. so you've automatically got great cover. Now, after arming B here, there's almost like a staple as to what I do. You find some of these bushes here and you jump in them. And even knowing that the attackers are doing this, because I have been on the opposite side here and know that guys are going to be in bushes, it's still hard to kill them. Because you don't know which bushes they're going to be in. It's still hard to see them when they're in bushes. And if you see them, they probably see you. So again, it's very hard to take out the guys in these bushes here, and it's just such a good spot to camp and wait for them to come try and defuse and pick them off. So I hope you guys enjoyed that playthrough. If you haven't played this Operation Metro map yet, hopefully that sort of gave you an idea for what the layout's like and how the progression is and all that fun stuff. So again, if you guys like my stuff, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. This is Level Cap signing off.